Thanks for your support. In our channel, we are continuously discussing about fire protection engineering. Today also we are going to cover an interesting topic. Let's see, let's move. This is the topic today, hydraulic calculation for sprinkler system. Actually, in today video, I'm not going to cover any hydraulic calculation for in any particular software. So I'm just cover only the preparation of hydraulic calculation. Prior to run the calculation, what is the detail should be in our hand, that I'm going to explain. So let me share my AutoCAD screen. This is a area, this is a building, this is a floor. We are going to if we are going to run the calculation for sprinkler system. So length of the building, it is 62 meter. Width of the building is 44 meter. So sprinkler system designed already, I made already, with the light hazard spacing like 4.4 meter into 4.4 meter. So maximum of 20 square meter spacing. So total area is it will come nearby 2,800 square meter. So 112 number of sprinklers occupied this area, the total bill of quantity. So this is a branch line, and this is a sprinkler. This is a feed main. So this is a source point. So this source point came from the fire pump room discharge gutter. So it will look like this. So one number of electric pump and one number of diesel pump, one number of jockey pump. That's the usual typical arrangement. From the delivery header, where the external ring main will come. So from the ring main, we can tap. So for the calculation purpose, we have to put whatever the software, we have to put the source point. So I consider this as a source point. So preparation of hydraulic calculation, this is a checklist, basic checklist actually. So these informations we need. First one, so what is the hazard classification we have to take, that one. Design area and design density and k factor of the sprinklers, and what is the code we are referred, and number of sprinklers operation, this is very important, and k factor of the sprinkler, and minimum pressure at the remote assist sprinkler. So this is a minimum information prior to run the calculation should be in our hand. So one by one, one by one we will see. So first one, as I said earlier, this is a hazard classification is light hazard. So I designed the sprinkler system based on the light hazard spacing. So everyone knows what is light hazard and design area. So what is design area? Actually, during the time of fire accident time, here it is, one total number of sprinklers are available. So this all sprinkler no need to activate during the time of fire accident. Why? Because this 2,800 square meter floor area will not fire will not happen on the whole area at the same time. So because fire is a unexpected unnatural event, so only we call that is an accident. So it will not happen on the whole area. So if it is no need to activate all the sprinklers at the same time, means how many number of sprinklers activate during the time of fire, during the time of fire. So this is the reason NFA provide some number. So this is the reason NFA have provide for this terminology, design area, and they have provide for 139 square meter for light hazard. This 139 design area means it's a kind of border, it's a kind of region, it's a number. So for 139 square meter, we need to make a boundary at hydraulically remote area. So the source started from here, no? So this is a hydraulically remote area. So we have to make a region boundary at the hydraulically remotest area. So which are the sprinklers come under inside this border, inside this region, inside this area. So this is the design area. That is called actually design area sprinklers. That is the only sprinklers, number of sprinklers should operate during the time of fire. So it should be enough to control the fire. So this is a concept of design area. Next one, design density. So during the time of fire, how much amount of water required to control the fire? Per square meter per minute, 4.1 lpm liter required for this kind of light hazard occupancy. Next one, important, K factor. So calculated water demand delivered through the sprinkler. So this one. So important character of the sprinkler is very K factor. So how we have to select the K factor? Here I already made. I selected K80 lpm per bar. So how I select? So K factor formula is there. K is equal to Q divided by square root of P. Here Q means flow of sprinkler. P means pressure, minimum pressure. So pressure NFA13 says zero point 0.5 bar is minimum. So minimum at least you should provide zero point 0.5 bar. Flow we have to calculate. We should find. So how we should find? So we have to make a theoretical calculation based on the area density method. This is step one. So so design area into design density. So as per the multiplication, we got the answer 569.9 lpm. This is the answer. But here, this is actually a total demand, total design area demand. We need a single spring flow at the single sprinkler. That one, how we have to we can calculate. So that we have, if we want to calculate, that means we need a number of sprinkler quantity of sprinkler. So how we have to calculate the quantity of sprinklers? This I already made seven number of sprinklers. How I can calculate this one? As I said earlier, we have to, as per our light hazard design area, we have to make a boundary on the hydraulically remote area. So which are the sprinklers come inside the design area? That is actually a number of sprinklers. That is actually a number of sprinklers we have during the time of operation. So that is actually the number of sprinklers. So prior to finish this one, we need to keep on our mind one limitation from NFA13. What is the limitation? Here one formula is there. This formula actually for limit the number of sprinklers taking from the branch lines. Formula is 1.2 into square root of design area divided by S. So sprinkler to sprinkler distance on the branch line. So once you apply the values, like design area is 139 square meter and sprinkler to sprinkler distance is 4.49 meter. If you apply all the values, you got the answer 3.2 numbers. As per the positive rundown, you can got four numbers. So per branch line, while the time of taking the operating sprinklers in the design area, per branch line, you cannot take more than four numbers. Maximum four numbers you can take. So if you select five numbers, means that is actually a violation. Maximum of four numbers. So prior to finish this one, selection of number of sprinklers, calculating the number of sprinklers inside the design area, you have to keep on your mind in this. You have to use this formula. So here, as per the formula I took, so here this branch line maximum of I taking both are maximum of taking four numbers, here four and here three. You can see here this boundary line is 139 square meter 0.165. So we got the answer. Total seven number of sprinkler operating sprinkler. So as per the theoretical calculation, answer 569.9 lpm divided by 7 number of sprinklers. So per sprinkler flow we got, and the pressure I consider 1.1 bar. We got the both details. So we can apply this formula. In this formula, Q divided by root P. So 81.4 divided by square root of 1.1. So I got the answer 77.6. As per the market availability, I select the K factor K80. So our K factor is K80. I selected. So after that, you have to double check that these values with another one method. Before we made the theoretical calculation based on the area density method, now we have to calculate based on the k factor method. How we have to calculate? Based on this formula, reverse of this k factor formula, q is equal to k into root p. So now we have both answers, like individual sprinkler flow and that pressure. So K80 and the 1.1 bar multiplication of this, I got the answer. This I got the answer multiply by. So how we what is our number of sprinklers? That also we know, 7 number of sprinklers. So after the multiplication, I got this value. So you can see here this value higher than this 569, here it is 587. So the calculation is fine. The calculation should be like this. So if you are running, if you are all the details, after getting all the details, if you're going to run the calculation in any software, the answer you will got from the particular software, it should be, it will be higher than this. So this is a basic technical details. So once you, prior to run the calculation, once if you making like this means, if you did your manual calculation means, then your hydraulic calculation will be very clear. It will be, it will be easy to understand everything. You cannot you can avoid them, easily avoid the mistakes. And during the time of run the calculations, some additional details also you have to provide to the software, like pipe sizes, like fittings, walls, everything you have to provide. So that is also will make an impact. And final one, why we have to run the calculations? I planned to start with this question in this video, but it's okay. So why we are running the calculation means, uh, first one, we need to, as per the NFPA, we need to ensure our pipe sizes through the calculation. Second one, we have to ensure our pump capacity, whether it is sufficient or not. So this is a main reason hydraulic calculation important. But actually here we find out the find the answers, but this is only the manual calculations. Once we are run in the software means, it will be more reliable than our manual calculation. I hope everyone understand this video. So if you have any clarifications, suggestions, please put on comment section. Definitely I will reply you. I reached 300 subscribers. Thank you very much.